Hello, 7th Hour. This is Matthew Curtis here on channel negative 347, and I am here with Charlie, and she is going to talk about gun control. Now, gun control is a state-controlled topic trying to ensure domestic tranquility. Now, many Americans have a strong opinion about gun control, and I'm going to ask Charlie here in a few moments about what her opinion is on gun control. So, Charlie, what is your opinion about gun control?
My opinion on the subject is basically I think there shouldn't be any more gun control set up, and I think there should be less gun control because it's really hard to set up more requirements for owning a gun and stuff like that, because it's really hard to do it without infringing on people's rights, like the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms.
That is a good point. However, by infringing on that one right, we could be saving the lives of millions of people.
We could also save lives by giving people a chance to protect themselves. If we have too much gun control, people won't be able to own their own gun, and say someone comes on their property and threatens them, how are they going to protect themselves?
If we have more gun control, then they won't need to protect themselves because no one will have guns.
Just because there's a lot of gun control doesn't mean that nobody is going to own a gun. A person could go on the black market and buy a gun illegally and turn around and start a mass shooting. Statistics show that in a mass shooting incident, the average death toll is higher when civilians have to wait for the police to arrive. In situations where a citizen with a concealed weapon is involved as a potential victim, the number of deaths is lower on average and may be considered a public safety asset that could act as a deterrent against such shootings. So Matt, everyone's got to have an opinion. What do you believe the government should do about gun control?
Well, I believe that the government should increase gun control because, for example, 463,000 people were victims of crimes committed with guns within the past couple of years. So that's a pretty huge number that were committed with guns. So if we were to increase gun control, that probably would go down, that number. And also, 68% of murders, 41% of robberies, and 21% of assaults were committed with firearms. This is my visual. It is a political cartoon about gun control, and it is saying, the dad is saying, son, guns don't kill people, people kill people. And then the son says, isn't that the perfect reason to have universal background checks on people? And then the dad said, isn't it past your bedtime? It's kind of like the NRA, because his hat says NRA, the dad's. It's kind of like the National Rifle Association not knowing what to refute back to the government, because the government wants to have background checks on all people purchasing weapons. So it's kind of like the government is showing the National Rifle Association that they don't know what they're doing.
This is my visual. And up here it says, crap, well I guess we'll have to just go home then. Darn those liberals and their weapon bans. And over here it says gun-free zone. And at the bottom, it says, yeah, that's how it'll work. To go into a little bit more detail about it, basically it's two criminals with a lot of weapons walking up to a building that is a gun-free zone. And the government just expects them to walk away. Whereas, in reality, whether the gun bans are there or not, people will still go in and own as many guns as they want illegally, and they can still start mass shootings whether gun control is increased or not.
My connection to gun control happens to be Newtown, Connecticut. Now this subject matter happens to be very sensitive to most Americans because a lot of things happened that were not constitutional. For example, this guy he just went in and he started shooting at teachers and students, and I mean that's just not cool. So I think that the government should enforce more gun control to prevent these kind of catastrophes, because like 20 children were dead and six teachers. I mean that's just crazy to me. So. And along with his mother and himself. Now, if this catastrophe never happened, right? Just imagine it. The common good of everyone else, like
would skyrocket. Everyone would just be so happy that this never happened. All the children's families, if they could like go back in time, prevent guns from ever being bought, right? And then save their children's lives, that would be awesome, right?
By lessening gun control and lowering it slightly, it basically preserves the right to liberty. And the right to liberty includes a personal freedom, the private realm in which the individual is free to act, to think, and believe, in which the government cannot legitimately invade.
We hope you liked our video. And so the moral of the story, guys, is don't carry guns.
No, they should carry guns.
No, they shouldn't carry guns.
Why not?
That's what the whole video is about.
That was what your part of the video.
Yeah, that was my part.
My
video is about your...
This is not
No,
your
this
video,
is my...
our video.
No, we're done. Oh, I'm out. We're done.